Welcome back, my fellow zombie hunters. This is Damian Hunter bringing you another video. In this video, I kind of want to talk about heroes and how important they are to the different troop types, as well as the specific types of heroes and some of the benefits that they can provide. So to start off, you can collect free heroes from Noah's Tavern, and they're separated into three categories: basic, intermediate, and advanced. In the basic recruit, you can get 2 to 3 star heroes by using basic recruit coins that you get from your campaign quests or event rewards. In the second one, and you get 5 free per day. In the second category, you have your intermediate recruit, which is any heroes between 2 and 4 star. You can get these coins also from campaign in the phase 2. And after you clear campaign level 24, you move into a second phase, which allows you to pick up the promotion materials to get to 6 star, which I will explain in a little bit. And finally, you have advanced recruit, which is anyone between 3 and 5 star. For the intermediate recruit, you get 1 free per day, and the advanced recruit, you get 1 free every 2 days. So just to kind of show you an example of what you can get out of it, I'm going to use a basic recruit, and I got EVA points. In addition to EVA points, you can get anti-serum and the basic 2 to 3 star heroes. You can get 1 frag or up to 10 frags at a time. Showing you the intermediate recruits. Just going to use one real quick, same concept. I got 2,000 anti-serum. In the 3 star or the advanced recruits, you can get the AP refills as well. So just kind of show you what that one looks like, see if we get a little bit lucky. I got 1 Barbie frag. So not super good luck today. So moving on into your hero lineup. So heroes are divided into 4 types. You have rider heroes, like Miss Fox here. You have fighter heroes like Myers. You have shooter heroes like Requiem. And finally, you have economy heroes like Varvara. Now, all of the heroes do different things, so it's extremely important to look at what troop skills they have. So, for example, Varvara, her main important piece is that she increases your march capacity by 10,000 troops at +5. If you have them at a lower enhancement level and you want to see what they can max out at, you can always just click on the talent itself and it'll show you what the rest look like. So you can see at +1, she gives you 3,000, +2 is 4,000, and so on. Looking ahead gets really important when you start looking at the 5 star heroes, because they can go up at a higher enhancement level than 5. So what I mean by that is if you click the arrow next to the stars, that moves them up to 6 star. And it'll show an increase in stats, tactical skill, damage, and their attack, defense, and HP. So as you can see, moving up from 5 star to 6 star is fairly drastic, as Fox gets almost 400 points in attack, a little bit over 400 defense, and 676 HP. However, you do need 500,000 anti-serum and 2,000 of the Combat Manual 6, which can be obtained on Phase 2 of campaign once you clear Chapter 24 on Phase 1. So the heroes' troop skills can be divided on the actual stat side into 2 different categories. They have troop specific, like Fox is purely riders. So as you can see, she boosts my rider troops by 80% on health, defense, and attack. And then you have generic troop heroes like Myers and Marlowe that give you a lesser stat boost, but for all of your troops in that march. And these are what's called active skills, so they have to be in either your HQ defensive lineup or your march lineup to be able to apply the stats to the troops. So So when building your team, you have to weigh the pros and cons of going specific troop stats versus generic. And one tip that I've learned through playing Puzzles and Conquest, which is almost exactly identical to this game, is that a specific singular troop march, for example, purely riders or purely fighters or purely shooter, will generally hit harder than a mixed group. Now, supposedly 70% of your primary and 30% of your secondary is the magic number. I haven't been able to make it work, so I just stick with a purely ran troop type. So I'm going to show you what that looks like when I do to march on like the little zombies. So I can challenge up to 27 right now. Go and attack it. When you also go to attack things, you can set up you can preset troops, and I have my troop set 1 formation set, and I have it set to my max capacity march, which is 188,000 right now, and the 5 heroes that I want to use. So as you can see, I use Marlowe, Fox, Dom, Rain, and Obsidian. Fox and Obsidian give me pure rider stats up to their max, which right now, once they get to 6-star plus 5 is 100%, and they can go a little bit further beyond that once they get to plus 6 and 7. Marlowe, of course, is the generic troop, who gives me 32%, which is higher than my 3-star specific rider, Percival, I believe it is, who does 25%. So whenever you're setting your formation, you want to look at the pros and cons of having a little bit less attack or defense versus having a little bit more. And generally speaking, more is good. So to round out my 2 heroes for the rider march is Dom and Rain, which they give me plus 50%. Rain gives me plus 50% for attack, defense, and HP. And Dom gives me plus 50% attack and defense. So on this screen, you can see the required might is 4.1 million, and my total march is 41 million. So per the game's logic, I will win this fight. If you click on boost details, it'll show you your stats plus in addition to what your base stats are. So what I mean by that is if you look at my march right now, my rider attack is 933, defense 864, and HP 835. If I were to take my heroes off of there, it drops back down to my basic stat of 705, 636, and 657. And whenever you go in here when you click on one of the heroes to manipulate 1 or 2 of them, instead of just hitting the recommend, you can see the specific boost that you have. So, for example, I hit recommend, which will pull my 5 strongest heroes in terms of might, which is not equatable to what you're trying to do. So as you can see, I have 3 fighter heroes and 2 rider heroes. Boosts given are 160% to fighter, 80% to rider, and 64% to troop. So if I send this march out with my full riders, it will hit a lot less than if I were to send my specific rider hero lineup. So to kind of show you what that looks like, I'm going to take out Ulrich, Zephyr, and Myers. And I'm going to re-add Obsidian, Rin, and Dom. So now, instead of 80% boost to my riders, I have 228% attack defense and 178 HP. And the reason HP is lower is because with the 4-star heroes, there are 2 specific troop heroes to each type. So for rider, it's Rin and Dom. Rin gives you 50% maxed out at level 5 to all 3 stats, whereas Dom only gives it to attack and defense. So there is some argument to be made about having the extra HP percentage of 32% if I were to add Myers versus the attack and defense. So it's kind of up to you as a player to how you want to mess around with that. this is what I do for now until I can get my troop heroes 5-starred or +5 6-starred. So that about wraps that up for this video. I hope it helps. Again, I apologize, it was a little bit over the place. Most of these videos are unplanned as I don't have a good setup, and I just try to do it whenever I can find a few minutes of time to complete these. So again, please smash that like button, subscribe if you want to, and any feedback in the comments is welcome, or any further questions. Thanks and happy hunting.